Hey there, fellow city dwellers. Let's talk traffic in the concrete jungle we call New York City. You know the drill: honking horns, crawling buses, and the occasional existential crisis while stuck on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. Up until this week, NYC was set to implement a congestion charge, a fee for driving in certain busy areas. Imagine cruising down Fifth Avenue, windows down, Beyoncé blasting, and suddenly, bam, you hit a congestion zone sign. Depending on the time and day, your joyride just got pricier. It's like a toll booth, but instead of funding bridges, it aims to ease traffic and improve air quality. The proposed congestion charge faced pushback from residents and businesses. And yesterday, the New York governor shocked the state by announcing the long-in-development scheme would be shelved indefinitely. Before we talk more about New York, let's take a global detour and see how other cities have tackled their traffic woes. Let's hop across the pond to London, where they've implemented a congestion charge with significant success. Since 2003, drivers in central London have been paying a daily fee to access the city centre. And guess what? It actually worked. Traffic congestion decreased, air quality improved, and the city takes the revenues that are generated and funds sustainable transport. London's scheme reduced traffic by 30%, with nitrogen dioxide levels dropping by 12%. Paris, the City of Lights, has also embraced a congestion charge in the city, implementing alternating traffic restrictions based on license plate numbers. While initially met with resistance, Parisians have adapted, and the city has seen a decrease in pollution and traffic jams. Now, Stockholm in Sweden took a slightly different approach, opting for a variable pricing model based on peak hours. This dynamic system helped reduce traffic congestion by 20% and encourage more people to use public transportation. Iconically, after the scheme had been implemented as a trial, there was a referendum held over its future, and despite initial backlash, there was overwhelming support to maintain the charge once people had the chance to realise the benefits. Even Berlin hopped on the congestion charge bandwagon, despite how much Germans love their cars. By implementing a low emission zone and a congestion charge, Berlin witnessed a 35% decrease in exhaust emissions in the city, as well as a significant reduction in traffic congestion. Now back to the Big Apple. Drivers entering the zone below Manhattan's 60th Street would have been charged peak pricing of $15, but would have only faced the charge once a day. They would have paid less than $4 during off-peak hours. The new charges would have been in addition to the tolls of $7 to $15 that motorists pay to enter lower or midtown Manhattan by tunnel. Consistent with evidence from other global cities, the scheme was designed to improve traffic flow in Manhattan, where cars crawl at an average speed of 7 miles or 11 kilometers per hour. The program was estimated to earn $1 billion per year, which was proposed to unlock a further $15 billion for upgrading and maintaining NYC's transit system that is used by millions of New Yorkers every day. The proposed congestion charge in NYC faced its fair share of honking horns and political roadblocks, leading to the decision this week to cancel its implementation altogether. Some residents argued it would unfairly target those who rely on their cars to commute or work in the city. Others worried that it will disproportionately impact lower-income communities. Politicians, ever eager to please their constituents and get re-elected, have found themselves caught in the crossfire. Some have voiced support for the congestion charge, citing the environmental and traffic benefits. Others have vehemently opposed it, framing it as an attack on hardworking New Yorkers. From heated debates on local news channels to passionate op-eds, the congestion charge has become a hot-button issue. Convincing people to embrace a change, especially one that involves spending more money, is no easy feat. So, what does the future hold for congestion charging in New York City? Will we see those congestion zone signs popping up anytime soon? The short answer is it's not looking likely, and it's complicated. The scheme has faced significant opposition. Sarah Kaufman of New York University said it really sums up the approach to American cities as places to live and enjoy versus places to work and visit, and it prioritizes the latter. However, the need to address traffic congestion and improve air quality in NYC isn't going away anytime soon. Congestion charging, while not a silver bullet, could be a valuable tool in NYC's arsenal. But for it to succeed, it needs to be implemented in a way that addresses the concerns of residents and businesses while also achieving its intended goals. Although these types of schemes are never popular from the outset, communities like those in Stockholm have proven to appreciate the benefits once they experience them. As we navigate the road ahead, it's clear that addressing New York's traffic issues will require a multi-pronged approach. Congestion charging could one day be part of the solution, but it's not the only answer. Investing in public transportation, promoting alternative modes of transportation, and encouraging more sustainable urban planning practices are all essential pieces of the puzzle. Ultimately, the success of any traffic management strategy in New York will depend on a willingness to embrace change. And sometimes the best way to embrace change is to try something new. The road to a less congested, more sustainable NYC might be bumpy, but it's a journey worth taking. And hey, at least we'll have plenty of time to ponder life's big questions while we're stuck in traffic.